What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Cody. Anyways, we're gonna react to this new death battle, Thor versus Vageta.
So you know how it goes. We ain't finna watch the explanation. We gonna blindly pick who we think will win, and then we'll see who wins and why they win at the end. That's how we do it over here.
Now y'all hated me on the last one, so
yeah,
you didn't like me on the last one.
Cause you was like, it's biased.
But I didn't say that. I said, is it biased like what we watched before? They just didn't fully understand that, and that's okay.
Oh, okay. So
it was a joke. It was a joke to what we watched before. Remember what we watched before that with the One Punch Man versus...
Right.
Yeah. Right. So anyways, I don't have an opinion.
So you don't think... So if you was just to pick off of
I don't really...
the characters, like just, let's just say, name alone, who you going for?
Name alone. I don't like that game.
Like, you know Thor and you know...
I know Thor. I know Vegeta, but I don't know Vegeta because I haven't really watched Dragon Ball, so I don't really know what he's capable of. I know, like, the Saiyans are strong.
Okay, so who are you going for?
Who are you going?
Nope, those are pick one.
I don't like this game. Okay, I'll go for Thor. Why not?
Thor's gonna win.
Mm.
Simply because this was 8 days ago. And Deathbattle normally they ride algorithms now. They barely ever just do a battle just to do it. So
what was the Harley versus Jinx algorithm then?
I don't know. Like, I don't know how old that one was. What?
Can you click off of those squares? It's bothering me. Just click on the, like, black screen. There we go. Thank you.
Like I said, they just... Back when Deathbattle came out, they just put fights out. You know what I mean? But then you start seeing a trend of them riding algorithms, which is just kind of something they do. So I'm guessing because the Thor... Love and Thunder trailer came out around this time. That's why they used Thor again. Because Thor has had like 3 death battles already. And everyone knows that.
So why does that mean he wins?
Hmm?
Why does that mean he wins?
It's just something that I've kind of noticed when they ride the algorithms. You know what I'm saying? Like, that person would win. Like, they did the same thing with Wonder Woman. Like, Wonder Woman beat Thor. But her new movie.
But they're never biased, so...
Try it. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, I just see patterns in certain things. And that's one with Death Battle, is they just kind of ride algorithms and do death battles based upon if something's, like, new.
Okay.
You can definitely tell. But,
Let's
personally, Thor should definitely win. Because he's comic book logic versus manga logic. So, he should win. But we don't know. We'll find out.
What is comic book logic? But never mind. I don't even want to get into it.
com/deathbattle.
Make it big.
All right, the bets are set. We've run the data through all possibilities. It's time for a death battle!
Yeah, I knew it. Huh? You never seen that Goku versus Superman before, have you?
Oh there, mighty warrior. What business havest thou upon Earth?
Throw that hammer at me again, and my business will be polishing my gloves upon your face!
Now I'm just going to say this real quick. Because I was going in this thinking they was going to do, like, the real good animation.
Maybe they will move into better animation.
No.
Oh.
No, what I'm saying
is they spent it all on Harley versus Jinx. That's why.
But you see how like they had the sprites they could use for that and make it look that way and make it look real good. With the new with the Avengers game, I figured we would get like that Thor versus this Thor. Like this is a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Thor, like Dreamcast Thor. So that's why I was like, this had to be kind of put out fast.
That kind of hurts my balls.
So, Gatling gun.
Thou fightst well for a mortal. Alas, you face a god.
I have evolved beyond gods.
Yeah, Thor.
I'm the Prince of all Saiyans, and you can burn in hell!
I love Vegeta. Sorry.
Like, wait a minute.
No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work at all.
Tell me, does a god such as yourself feel fear?
I don't think he's scared. He's tearing Thor up right now.
Fear only
Nah.
All you will feel is oblivion!
Is that Vegeta's new form?
feel heaven's wrath.
Well then. Uh-oh. We got a second of something different. Get rid of the hammer. Oh. Oh. Hey, high five. We did it.
Thor won because he's a natural blonde. Power and tenacity, the God of Thunder had him outmatched in several key areas. First off, the big one, who was stronger. Despite being up against the God of Strength, Vegeta actually matched up pretty closely with Thor. Both could output power far in excess of destroying a single universe. It's always tough to get an exact number for Dragon Ball Super's most powerful characters, but we can combine.
That's what I mean by comic book logic and manga logic. See, I said it's tough because in manga, they do not do any real explanation down to detail. So that's what I mean by comic book logic. And a lot more comic books, the writers want to make you feel a little bit more connected to what they make. So they go into details of explaining things that we use in the real world.
Gotcha.
The size of Universe 7 with multipliers from Vegeta's transformations to get a rough estimate. It's important to note that Ultra Ego's power boost has never been stated. But we do know that Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta were roughly even in power. When Goku applied a Kaioken ×20 boost to fight Jiren, Vegeta kept up after going Blue Evolved. implying that
there was blue
both increases in
involved.
power are roughly the same increase. Similarly, Blue Vegeta matched base Top, and needed Blue evolve to keep up with Top's God of Destruction form, which is extremely similar to Ultra Ego in theme and purpose. Given this is the best current example of a measurable form akin to Ultra Ego, we can assume that Ultra Ego's boost in power, at least initially, could be extremely similar in terms of a percentage increase, making Ultra Ego's original state about 20 times more powerful than Blue evolved. With that in mind, Vegeta at his peak could destroy a universe roughly 260,000 times over.
And Thor was pretty close to that. Taking a look at the Marvel Universe's size, which has a radius of at least 1 trillion light years, as well as scaling to the World Breaker Hulk, Thor ended up only about 10 times stronger.
Not terribly different, and it's definitely possible.
Do you see how they have to do all that guesstimation for Dragon Ball Super, but they have stated stuff in comic books about the size of the universe and stuff? That's what I mean. That's for you guys, not for her, but for you guys. That's what I mean by comic book logic versus manga logic.
During the fight to match him.
But even if he was stronger, it wasn't the only thing that mattered. Ultra Ego's damage absorption could only do so much against an opponent like Thor.
Vegeta may have trained as a warrior from birth, but Thor has been fighting for millennia against a much wider variety of foes, allowing him to adapt to Vegeta fairly easily.
And the fact that Thor was way faster gave him a lot of leeway to use that extra combat experience.
Applying Vegeta's transformation multipliers to the shockwaves from Goku and Beerus' punches, Vegeta should be able to fight at nearly 300 quintillion times the speed of light.
But scaling to areas moving within blink time, Thor would be over 70 quadrillion times faster.
More than fast enough to avoid Vegeta's key
Oh my
attacks.
goodness.
More importantly, absorb all of them with Mjolnir.
So basically what they're saying is Vegeta is no match for Thor.
He could absorb it back with Spirit Vision, but he'd have to hit Thor first. And with that much of a speed difference, that's easier said than done. And since Thor can just will the energy out of somebody, he could just take it right back. And then some.
Even without absorption, Vegeta's ki reserves are not infinite, and many of his battles have ended with him at low energy. He was exhausted by the end of the Tournament of Power, which lasted about 1 hour in total.
Meanwhile, Thor fought an army
But like
for
14
over a month
episodes.
straight.
Over a month
Vegeta could
straight.
have ended the fight immediately with Hakai, if not for the fact that Thor has resisted existence erasure before, including physically, spiritually, and temporally.
Meanwhile, Vegeta had no way to match the God Blast, which could have killed friggin' Galactus. And that guy has threatened the infinite multiverse with destruction just as a side effect of his battles. That's a level of power beyond anything we've seen in Dragon Ball yet, let alone Vegeta.
Vegeta was never
It will
going to
never
go
be
down
that
easy,
way.
but Thor's raw power, speed, and devastating godly abilities were too much for the Prince of All Saiyans.
Vegeta nearly won until Thor blew his mind.
You might say that pun was kind of terrible. Huh?
You don't do puns! We've talked about this!
Aw.
No puns.
No
Get out of
puns for
here.
you. Boomstick's job. So you were right.
Yay, we won.
We picked it.
Mine was just pure luck, but hey.
Now, as far as a character, I love Vegeta, but I'm not biased with my love for characters. Like, I could never be that way. It just makes no sense. You know what I mean? Truth is truth. That's just the way it is. So, yeah. Comic book logic always trumps manga logic because manga writers don't write for...
So you're saying that no matter what,
detail.
comic book characters always beat...
No, what I'm saying is, like, for instance, if you get like a manga where a manga writer actually like goes into like detail and stuff like that and things like that, and then you get a comic book writer, like a comic book character or whatever, and you put those two together in a death battle, there's no scenarios. You get what I'm saying? Remember that? You probably don't remember. I used to watch that. I bought all them DVDs of that show called Deadliest Warrior.
Kind of.
Basically, all they do is take a warrior, what he uses, because that's his proficient weapons, and they run a simulator to see who would win the most, right? With Deathbattle, while they're doing all this stuff for entertainment purposes, that's what Deathbattle is doing as well. They're just running a simulator to see who will win the most fights out of like 100 fights or whatever.
Gotcha.
So when you remove scenario most of the time, away from, especially like battle shonen characters, they are very weak characters. Like if you remove that from like Goku, remember I said Goku has like no solo wins almost, stuff like that. That's because scenario. But if you put like someone Superman's defeated multiple people by himself.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing with it. But a lot of people bring their scenarios in when they want to argue who's better. Like, oh, you know, Goku would just do this or that's scenario making, and that's not how it works. Anyways, but yeah. So old battle shonen tradition is what I call it. Like most of your characters they're fast, they're powerful, and they just are that way because they are that way, and there's no real like explanation for it.
Makes sense. So what do you guys think about the death battle? Do you agree with the outcome?
Do you think? I mean, when they said he was doing, that's why like when he was purple, I was kind of like, I ain't never seen purple Vegeta. This might be that new form or whatever. That's why I was a little like looking at it like, what is this? But yeah, that has never been animated before. That's manga only, and I don't read Dragon Ball Super manga because I would rather watch it animated. But and only read mangas that are like ended, that like will never be animated, basically. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I didn't really know much about Alter Ego. So that's new. I didn't know like he could take a bunch of damage or whatever. That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah.
He said I beat Thor.
Alright guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, hang out with us some more, and until next time we are out.
That was Alter Ego.